Hey everyone, so I've now had my 45-gallon Aqueon Ensemble here. Bought this from PetSmart somewhere over a year ago, so it's been somewhere around a year now, and it has been a fantastic tank. I just looked them up; they are 250 bucks right now. I believe I bought mine on Black Friday. I want to say it was priced somewhere around 200 bucks for Black Friday, not even cheaper than that. Uh, Especially right now with there being a glass shortage, meaning a lot of tanks are going up in price. Maybe just getting harder to find. This is only 250 bucks. That includes a 45-gallon tank, which is sweet. Includes the deluxe hood from Aqueon, the LED hood there, and then it includes a black stand, which I'll show off in just a moment here as well. Only for 250 bucks. That is a really good price. You still need to buy a heater. You still need to buy a filter. I'll get to those in a moment here as well. Uh, so after a year, I've had no issues. This has not leaked on me. I don't have any major scratches or anything like that. Of course, I am careful with my tank, and I'm really the only one that's in my room, which is where my tank is. I don't have any kids. Don't have any. None of my animals come in here, except for every now and then the cat will sneak in here, but she just lays on the bed and doesn't bother the tank whatsoever. Uh, so yeah, I've had no issues. There's no cracks, no anything like that. Before this, I had the 65-gallon Ensemble. You guys remember that? And that one actually on the side over here somewhere had like a big crack on the on the side. But then I sold that and I got this guy. This is again has had no issues whatsoever. It doesn't leak. Has no scratches, nothing like that. The Aqueon light still works. The deluxe hood there that still works. Again, I'll show that off a bit more in a moment here. The doors on the stand still work. It isn't like the most highest of quality stands whatsoever. You can't expect that for only $250 for everything, or less did it on sale. Yeah, I mean everything works just fine. So I'm gonna go from top to bottom here, and we'll show off everything that this comes with. So the first thing is gonna be this deluxe hood. So you have this nice giant door here. It goes across the entire top. Then you do have a plastic piece there, a brace. And you see all my fish thing, I'm feeding them. Yeah, so it has a nice brace. If you break the brace, get a new tank. Otherwise, that helps with the structure of the tank. And otherwise, if you do break this, you could have water going everywhere on you. Don't want 45 gallons of water on your floor. Yeah, but the nice deluxe hood. And then the light itself actually comes off of here. So if you want to use a different light, you could. And it is nice and big and super bright. It is only white LEDs. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 or so LEDs in here. And they're nice and bright. But you have either on or off. Underneath that is a piece of glass, which I need to clean. Mine's again a little bit dirty. Then behind that, there's plastic pieces that you can take off or leave on. I took half of mine off and left the other half on. That way you can put it in a filter or whatever you want to put in there. I'm gonna try this light real fast. So that's what it looks like. This LED hood looks like with no lights on in my room, except for a little bit coming from the window, about 5-6 feet away. I mean, it's nice and bright. It definitely makes this tank look good. Yeah, I mean, I have no issues with this light whatsoever. And of course, it'll look better in person than what you guys see here, since this is going through a camera and then going through YouTube. It's nice and bright. Again, no issues. As far as growing live plants, probably nothing too crazy. I've had Anubis and Java Fern in here. I don't think it really grew them any, but it didn't really kill them either for the most part, except for one giant Java Fern I had. That one kind of died off. But most of my plants, I still have some down here. Those are live, those little guys. Again, they don't really grow any, but I don't think they're dying either. They're just kind of at a standstill with this light. Alright, then there is a side profile of the picture as well, of the tank as well. So again, it's a nice long tank. It's a good sized tank. You can get some good fish in here. Again, I have no issues with the tank whatsoever. No scratching, no cracking, no leaks whatsoever. So this has been very good. And again, it is glass. And then you have the clear silicone here. And again, when you buy the tank, make sure that there's no missing bits of the silicone. Otherwise, you could have issues later down the road. But mine was basically perfect. Moving on to the stand here. So there's two doors here. They are just held on by magnet. They're not the strongest of magnets. So sometimes if you just hit it a little bit, it might open up on you. I mean, they're decently strong, don't get me wrong. They do somewhat close on their own if you push them enough. But a little touch there and they open up pretty easy. So a little kid could get in here too. So that could be a good thing or a bad thing. And then you have room underneath here. You have a bunch of storage. You can see I have a bunch of food. I have my Aqua Clear filter in here, or the box at least. Don't know why I said that in here, but I do. It kind of adds in a little stand, I guess. Not even using that filter, but I have it in here anyway. You can see I have some other stuff in there as well. Some decorations and whatnot. I mean, a decent amount of room. I'm sure if you are handy, you could add in an actual stand in the middle there. Shelf, I guess is a better word for that. I'm not handy whatsoever. I'd probably end up destroying everything. So this is how it is though. It does not come with the shelf, but you can probably add one in if you're handy. Again, I am not. So again, a lot of room. Nice. Again, no issues with the stand whatsoever. I don't know if I've even really scratched it at all, for that matter. And the black is still black. It's a little bit dusty, but otherwise, yeah, no issues with it whatsoever. Again, the nice little handles on it too. And it looks good. I mean, I'm sure it's just particle board. Nothing too fancy. But for $250, it does its job very well. So yeah, if you guys are thinking about buying one of these, I would say go right on ahead. It's a nice tank. Again, no issues, as I keep on saying here for the 100th time. No issues whatsoever. You have quite a bit of real estate to work with. You can do a bunch of decorations and stuff. Of course, the one issue with tall tanks like this is, well, a couple of issues here. One is going to be if you are a shorter person, you might have some issues getting into this tank. This thing stands up pretty tall with the stand and the tank itself. It's probably, I'm gonna guess, somewhere around 4 foot or maybe a little bit bigger than that altogether. I mean, it's a tall tank, and especially with that stand as well. So if you're a short person, you might have some issues like cleaning it and stuff. Myself at 6 foot, I have no issues with that. Or dumping in clean water in here. Might have some issues with that, since water does weigh quite a bit, and again, it is pretty tall. My second issue with tall tanks, though, and this is just tall tanks in general, not just this tank specifically, is that keeping live plants to me is a little bit harder to do in a tall tank, because the light just doesn't penetrate the water as well when a tank is tall, as it would, say, my 20-gallon long next to it, which is quite a bit shorter. So you don't need as strong of a light on a smaller tank, if that makes sense. Yeah, anyway, I don't usually do live plants too often anyway, so, but yeah. And then third issue is just getting decorations for a tall tank like this. See, I have these giant fake plants in there. To me, that makes it look a bit better. But if you buy shorter plants, to me, it just doesn't look as good. So I like my stuff coming up all the way, as you can see. So that's another issue I have with tall tanks. But that's just in general, and it has nothing to do with this tank being good or bad. So yes, I highly recommend this tank. I give it like 4.5 out of 5 stars. Nothing's perfect. The light could be a little bit stronger. That's really my only issue with it. And then again, being a tall tank, like I just said, that's my own personal issues with tall tanks. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. Do you guys have one of these? What tank do you guys have? Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this. Again, I really like it. Again, I'd give it like a 4.5 out of 5 stars, especially for only $250. Especially right now when tanks are going up in price. Glass is going up in price. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. As always, I appreciate y'all watching. I hope you guys have a good one. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.